Hey guys, and thank you for joining me. Hope you're all well. I am Ben from the 401 Fires, and this is going to be a bit of a rant video regarding the COVID-19 virus. I know a lot of you will be saying, God, not another COVID-19 video, but why not? This is the biggest pandemic of my generation, and I'm damn sure that it's the biggest of most of your generations as well, so we need to keep talking about this. What I want you to do is share and interact with this video as much as you possibly can. Share it across all your social medias if need be. Like this video, drop down in the comments box below, start chatting away. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now I'm going to rant about the COVID-19, I'm going to mention everything that's been on my mind, things I've been thinking about, etc. and so on. Because this is getting crazy. I mean, nobody's even talking about the whole bat scenario. Bat soup. Are these people mad? Like, bat soup. This is just craziness. Like, we're expected to believe that two guys somewhere in Wuhan had gone to a market and one of them chose bat soup and unknowingly, from doing so, created the world's biggest pandemic in generations. Is that what we're expected to believe? Is that what people are believing? How has that not been pulled into question? How did this story circulate the planet in Africa, Argentina, Brazil, America, UK, everywhere, and never suffered from the Chinese whisper effect? It defies logic. It's as bad as when they sold us the one in 9/11, that they'd found an Al-Qaeda terrorist passport. These excuses, these explanations for these events that are taking place become more ridiculous as they go on. They found an Al-Qaeda passport, guys. Not a pilot's passport, not a passenger of the plane's passport, not some guy working in a local shop's passport, not somebody walking down the street's passport. They found an Al-Qaeda terrorist's passport amongst all the rubble during 9/11. Now, COVID-19, the coronavirus, was started by a guy in Wuhan eating bat soup. I want you to repeat that back to yourself, those two scenarios, what we've been sold, and just keep saying it until it starts to sink in how mental that is, because we need to realise that these excuses that they're coming out with just aren't good enough. And in fact, to some extent, it makes me believe that they're just testing society. How dumbed down are these people? Let's just create an event, give them the wildest excuse we could ever imagine, and see how well they take and run with it. If they take that, they'll take anything. And the thing is, people are. That's what's worrying. People are. A lot of times on my videos in the past, I mean, the last two videos that I did about COVID-19, there's too many do-gooders out there on the internet that believe authority figures. This is another scary thing that I've been observing, is that it seems almost any authority figure can say or do what they want, and people will just bow down at the knees and worship that person. It's got to be gospel, what they've said. What they've just said has got to be accurate, 100%, no lies, the truth, and everything more. People have got to a point now where they don't want to rise up. They don't want to question authority figures. They want an easy life. And what message I'm trying to put across here is that people will jump on my videos and say, Ben, why would you start a conspiracy during a time like this? Ben, don't you think that scaremongering during a time like this is uncalled for? If you think I'm scaremongering, if you think I'm trying to start conspiracies to scare you, then you're in the wrong place. You don't know me well enough. You've not been on this channel long enough to know me as a person. If you want to see real scaremongering, type in COVID-19 or coronavirus in YouTube. Watch the search results that come up. CBS, CNN, Fox News, all these big news stations. Check out their headlines and then come back to me and tell me that I'm scaremongering. But yet I don't see anybody in their comments saying, do we need to be having this conversation at a time like this? People are scared of authority. It's wrong, guys. It sounds like I'm having a rant, and partly because I am. It just infuriates me, it bugs me to some extent, that people are just so finely tuned to that sheep mentality. People are so dumbed down now and don't even care. It's like we're just willing to accept now. People just stand down and follow the herd. We don't question anything, especially if it's from an authority figure. These people are notorious for lying. People no longer rise up. People no longer fight back. People no longer question authority figures. Where have the days gone of people like Bob Marley, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these other people that stood up and fought against what was right and what was wrong? We don't see that anymore. These people have long gone. What we have now is snowflakes who just are so eager to bow down and be told what to do, told which direction to face. They could literally put anything in the papers nowadays and people will just run with it. People believe anything. Like I said, it's an authority figure. Why would they not? Wouldn't surprise me tomorrow if a story turns up in the paper that a flying pig was seen riding on the back of a unicorn fighting the Loch Ness Monster. To me, that's more believable than the bat soup story. I mean, you would have thought that we would have had enough practice to deal with a situation like this. I mean, so many people predicted it, right? The guy in 1981 with the book, Through the Eyes of Darkness, Contagion did a great job. Watch the trailer for that. To make matters worse as well, I'm listening to other people's theories and conspiracies, whatever you guys want to refer to them as. I don't care what they are. They're just alternate ways of looking at the situation, and I'm always open to that. People are saying that because of a trade agreement between America and China, where basically America forced China's hand to sign a release this COVID virus, and yeah, eventually, when this is all blown over, they're going to reap the benefits because everyone's going to have to use China's trade, given that China make 90% of everything in the world. So the BBC, I think it was, released a little website that you can go visit. You can type in your local area and it will give you an estimate of how many people have been infected by the virus, apparently 4 near where I live. I believe that number to be much higher. I believe that they don't actually even know the true number of people infected. And yeah, so this morning I jumped in the car. I had to go to the nearest town, which was about 6 miles away from where I live. And no sooner I was in the built up areas, the estates, I'm smack behind an ambulance parked in the middle of the road. In the back of this ambulance are 2 paramedics getting stripped down into white overalls, like something you would see out of CSI. Boots, hats, respirator, and they're going into somebody's house. That there tells me that the numbers on that little website are wrong. 4 in the local area. I live in a little village of 8 houses. One of them houses is mine. These numbers are far greater, guys, and the area that this virus is spreading across is far greater than they're letting on. When have you ever known the news to downplay anything? Take whatever number they've given you and double that. You'll probably be somewhere in the ballpark figure of what it really is. And this is maybe nothing to do with a conspiracy. It's maybe nothing to do with any of this what's going on right now, but it's absolutely mental. I just want to mention this right now in this video, is that we have people like McDonald's, people like Nando's, and all these other big corporations and companies, restaurants, etc. closing down, which rightfully they should be doing. So well done you guys for doing that to stop the spread of this virus. But then today I go out shopping and I fill the fridge up with some food, or I try to. I come back, I open the fridge door, there's no light on. There's no electric. I go outside, there's guys fitting electrical cables in the middle of a pandemic. So now I've got no electric till about 5 o'clock tonight. You couldn't write this. It's mental. I've said that enough times in this video, in this little rant, but it is. That's the only word I've got to describe this whole situation, what everybody's living through right now. Wherever you are in the world, look after yourselves. Please do look after yourselves. Look after anybody else that you're in a position to do so with, without getting yourself into danger, infecting yourselves, etc. Interact with this video as much as you can. I'm begging you guys, please do that, because YouTube aren't going to promote it. You guys have been supportive of me from the very beginning. Like it, share it amongst your social medias, do whatever it takes. Comment in the box below, thumbs it up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All these things are going to help push and grow this channel. YouTube is no longer going to be promoting my videos about COVID-19, so I'm relying on you guys to push the message. Like I said, stay safe, look after yourselves wherever you are in the world. You guys are number one, remember that. But if you can look after somebody else as well, be very cautious, but please do so. Until next time, take it easy, look after yourselves.